What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So, we got a hot fix today, which is going to be increasing the speed of Void Dash along with some other things. So we're going to go over the patch notes and show how fast Void Snare is, or whatever it's called, Void Sling. Still got used to these names. Lots of Void S's they've added in this update. So before we get into it, make sure you're subbed to the channel and all that. I really appreciate all the support lately. And yeah, make sure to check out the livestream channel as well. I have a mod drop booster currently active, and we will be farming arcanes later tonight. Some late night arcane farming. And there's also technically Twitch drops, but they're not the best Twitch drops. Alright, so we got the hot fix. What number are we on now? 31.5.7. It might already be on console. Like I said, guys, if something doesn't work on console, just because I don't play on console, so I have no real way of testing it. But the idea of this one was some focus changes and some bug fixes that were making Incarnon weapons not the way they were supposed to be. So, let's start going over them. These patch notes came out 2 hours ago, and they've already been edited, so keep that in mind. Let's go over the first couple things here. So, here's the thing you have to remember as well. There's going to be a Chroma and Zephyr unvaulting next week on the 11th. So, this is going to be the last hotfix, unless there's like an emergency hotfix needed before the 11th. So, if there's any bugs still that you're not seeing fixed here, you got about 5 days till they're even thinking about those again. So, yeah, keep that in mind here. Let's start up with the first one, operator and focus changes. And we're going to read it verbatim here. Another round of community feedback has brought a handful of changes to operators and the focus school system. This time, the focus nice joke, is on the cast speed animation of certain focus abilities and some minor changes to Void Sling. Keep that in mind. They refer to this as a minor change to Void Sling. We are working on optimizing the base speed, duration, and animations in this hotfix. We are also doing code reviews for our next update to review further tweaks with an emphasis on Void Sling. More on that very soon. Okay, so this is a little change right here. As you read this right here, update to review further tweaks with an emphasis on Void Sling in the future. So it's working, guys. We're doing it. They're going to be working on it some more. Maybe we can think about that transference delay while we're at it, because that's actually one of the most infuriating parts of the whole focus change is the transference, like massive delay compared to before. So let's just start going over what they've changed here. The following focus abilities now have their cast animation replaced with a faster variant: Caustic Strike, Magnetic Flare, and Void Snare. So I'm actually on Unairu Focus School right now, and that means that we have abilities that have faster animations on Unairu. So that one's called Caustic Strike, so that's faster than before, apparently. This is Magnetic Flare. Remove enemy shields in the area. That does feel faster than yesterday. I feel like Caustic Strike doesn't feel faster than yesterday, though. Still, that's apparently faster, so good stuff there. Those abilities, that one removes armor, I believe. The other one removes shields, like I just said, so. And then Void Snare, I believe that's on Vazarin. I haven't really messed with Vazarin enough to really try that out, so maybe later. Shortened and increased the speed of Void Levitation and Contamination Waves casting animation. Void Levitation, I believe, is from Zariman. I've been messing with Zariman a lot lately, so I'll have to try this out tonight as well. Replace the following focus abilities cast animation with a faster version that also is upper body only, which allows full movement set while casting. Okay, sweet. So you're not going to get stuck in place casting these two, but I'm guessing you're still going to get stuck in place casting Void Strike, because I believe that one is a full body animation. Might be wrong about that. But Guardian Shell and Temporal Drag will no longer stop you in place when casting. Alright, here we go. Here's the Void Sling changes they've made today. So Void Sling changes. Decrease the time it takes for the Void Sling's endpoint to reach its maximum distance, and increase the overall velocity of slinging to the end point. So I have tested this out a little bit here, and I'm going to go ahead and say it does feel faster. In my opinion, it feels faster. I've talked to some people on my Discord server, and they said they didn't think it felt faster, but I definitely do think it feels faster. So yeah, that's your max distance right there. You could probably say it's still slower than Void Dash. Don't forget, you can also double jump now as the operator, do a quick Void Sling in front of you. So that is the current speed. And remember, they did say they're going to be looking at this some more next week, guys, okay? But they did not mention any transference delay in the update next week, so that's something you should keep in mind. So that's the speed you're looking at now. We have all the waybounds and all that, so you still can't go left, you still can't go backwards. You can only go forward. It's like your Derek Zoolander up in here, can't even turn. People still have problems with it. I still have problems with it, but it's better than it was yesterday at least. At least we're moving faster. Yeah, moving on to the next change. So overall, I'd say that one's good. Needs a little bit more, or a lot more, I'd say, but good step in the right direction. Thank you, DE, on that change. The abilities option for the pause menu can now be accessed while playing Operator. Okay. General Operator and Focus fixes. So this is just fixes, not actual changes. Incorrect values for Inner Might, so not 100%. So for most Warframe abilities, this is a UI bug. Gameplay values are unaffected, but some really did end up having the wrong energy cost. So with Blind Rage, you'll still get a full energy refund on the Zenerek node, which gives you a free energy ability, or a free ability cast, no energy once every minute, I believe it is. All right, Zariman changes and fixes. Made the matchmaking for Zariman missions better. Fixed cases of the Void Flood bounty not giving rewards. The normal mission rewards not giving rewards. There was a bug with Void Angels yesterday where if you did not even way too much damage, one Brahma shot would bug out Void Angels yesterday because if you over damage them, it would like soft lock them. So they've changed that hopefully. Fixes towards Zariman bounty saying kill X Grenier on Corpus missions. Okay, it's hilarious how that actually even happens, but okay. Fixed extraction unable to okay, blah blah blah. Bunch of stuff with the Void Floods and all this stuff. I haven't been playing Void Flood very much, but I've been playing Void Cascade a lot, and there's a really annoying bug in Void Cascade where there's invincible Thrax, and it actually happened like only 2 minutes into our mission yesterday, so, and those stack up. That's not just one invincible Thrax. Like by the end, there's like 5 or 6 invincible Thrax just hanging out, and that's annoying. Following up, so here's the actual changes right here. If you want to read all these individual little fixes of this not working, not getting rewards for that, I'll put the link in the description, but we're going to move on. Changes. Follow-up changes to scaling Eximus cap to Eximus units and endless missions that went live in the previous hotfix. So basically, they've reduced how many Eximus you're going to see, and this one's going to be increasing the Eximus cap in sortie survival missions to 5 instead of 2 to 4. Now, health and energy leech Eximus will no longer attack you when they cannot see you. So apparently, and I actually did notice this, the Energy Leech Eximus and the other Eximus, the leech, normal Leech Eximus, they would fire off their abilities even if you were invis as Ash. So even if you were just invis rezzing someone, they'd be attacking like wherever they might think you are. So that will no longer be a thing. So if you are invis, it's just an even bigger buff to invis versus Eximus. They will only attack you if they can see you. Note they will still try to predict your movement if they catch a glimpse of you. So yeah. Nerf to Eximus again. And also, people were making comments about this on my previous video on the Latum, that apparently heat procs were making it where, so the one perk on the Latum, let's just quickly show this in game so we can give some context on what's happening here. For the Latum, they had a special Incarnon choice where you can get, whenever you get a non-crit or a non-status, it gives you increased 400% damage stacks 3 times. So you have to basically make it where, you actually don't have to, but what you kind of want to do is not build for too much status chance or too much crit chance, because you don't want to non-crit or non-status sometimes, but not all the time, because you want to actually still keep your crit multiplier. Previously, there was a bug where if you got a heat proc on the enemy, it would count as a non-crit or a non-status. That has been patched out, so now it's a little bit harder to get that if you're still building for heat. This is a no-heat build, so I say that, but we still got 2 stacks from 1 bullet there, so it's going to be RNG. We still got our 3x pretty easily there. And it's still like a top tier weapon. So, it might be a little bit harder. If you are modding for 60-60 status chance mods, you might want to go with more of a build like I'm running here, guys, with 90% elementals, because if you're going 60-60, your status chance is going up a good amount, and you're going to not be getting 2 stacks on 1 bullet as easily as I just got right there. So, I have no plus status chance mods on here. You can do it. You can do it if you want to. This build will still be fine with the build yesterday. So, yeah, that was apparently a bug. I didn't even know that was a thing when I made the video, but other people did. And, yeah, it got patched out because it wasn't a thing. But going over more of these Incarnon bug fixes, the first one up here. First, fixed all Incarnon evolutions that increase crit and status not applying properly. So I believe people in my Discord server were saying it's additive after mods. So that means that the plus 10% minus 10%, plus 10% crit chance minus 10% status, or whatever they're called, those are actually working properly. And if you have a minus crit chance ribbon on the Phenmor, I believe it is, the primary, which I've not made a video on yet, we'll be making one of those next week. If you have this, minus 10% crit chance here, and you have a minus crit chance Riven. I know it says 8.6 in the arsenal, but the arsenal is bugged out. I have a minus crit chance Riven. We have 0% crit chance on here. It actually might be negative crit chance, but I don't think you can negative crit in this game. So you will never see a crit if you have a Riven like this, and you have taken that mutation. Now, in that mutation slot, I usually pick build Incarnon mode faster, so I'm not going to actually be using this in the long run, but this is actually properly working now, even though the UI for the arsenal is saying otherwise. So you will never ever see a crit with this build, with this Riven on this build. So that's good because we picked the mutation mode that says you don't want any crits, but you do want status. So you'll always be getting access to that 2000% Bane mod if you have a negative crit Riven. I guess you could keep a little bit of crit chance for Arcane Acceleration, but like I said, I'm probably just going to go back to the non-version. I'm just going to go back to faster Incarnon mode anyway, so it's just good that this actually works now. And I don't even use Arcane Acceleration anyway, so maybe I could just keep it. We'll have a video on this coming out in the near future, okay? And that's also going to work for they have a similar thing for the Incarnon mode for the Latum as well, so yeah. All right, let's finish out these patch notes. All right, so those mutations are fixed. Latum thing is fixed. Fixed Cascodia Overcharge 4 and 5 being identical. They both said 300. Now it's I think the highest rank is 300 and the rank below that is 260, right? Let's check it in the simulacrum just to make sure we are aware of this. Even though UI bugs are quite rampant, it seems. That's going to be for secondaries, Overcharge. So yeah, they didn't make it 350 at max. They made it where 300 is the max and 250 is the rank 4. So this thing is not the best arcane in my opinion after they bug fixed it or whatever they want to call that takesy backsies in the patch notes they did. So yeah, that got fixed. Air quotes fixed. It was working for all frames and all weapons for a while, but you know, Hespar had a 1 hour crafting time. Lol, Hespar has some problems. And lots of the stuff down here is just like little unimportant fixes, like Carrier Prime not orienting properly, Alan V's blinding beam ability, Ivara Quiver, like, you know. So the big things here, guys, is that we got a Void Sling speed change, and these mutations are actually working properly on these Incarnon weapons now. They said there's going to be a bigger change to Void Sling next week, like an update actually focus on Void Sling, so that's good. And you know, like, if we could get something about transference delay, then we'd be more happy about it. Like, people were saying, like, you push the melee button, it goes back faster. You're still going to be stuck on a melee swing animation when you go back, so I'm not sure if that's really even that big of an increase in speed, so yeah. Alright guys, hope you found the video helpful. We're going to have a Praetos Riven video coming out soon. Going to have a Phenmor video, going to have Void Cascade, going to have all this stuff, so I hope you are enjoying the content, and I will see you later on Twitch as well for an Arcane Booster Steel Path mod, or Steel Path Arcane farm. Alright guys, take it easy. Peace.